Hello everyone, this is Second Status, and I am again continuing on with my tutorial series on spriting within Gimp. Um, so, what I'm going to cover in here today is I'm going to basically explain how Gimp works. Well, I'm going to explain most of it because there's still some things that even I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going to teach you the best of my knowledge about everything, of this workshop and how everything works, and so you guys can have a better understanding of how to do stuff that you want to do. So I won't be covering like big event stuff. This is just a good refresher course on which buttons do what and such. So let's get started, shall we? Um, First, I'm just going to create a new image, just a random little image. Now, with Gimp, you can choose, you can make your own size. You can switch you can switch to landscape and portrait, basically just flipping the width and height. Just a little shortcut. You can also use templates. There's I use 16 by 12,000 for high quality pictures, but this is fine. I haven't tried any of these yet because there's basically no need to. Anyway, so let's just do a 800 by 600. You could expand the advanced options, but I would just leave this all, basic. Just basic right here. Nothing really too important. You can also put an equation like times 2, times it by 2, and then make sure you don't just accidentally press enter when you do this. Let me create a new one. 100 and times 2, and that would be 6,000. And yeah, so basically we got that handled. So let's just open up blank page. Now let me go over all of the stuff. So I'll just put in. Now this right here, this is your selection tool to be able to select things. Let me using the paintbrush, just for example. So yeah, this is your selection tool for you to be able to select stuff, freely, and you can make them round corners if you want to. You can change the radius of the round corners. You can see that, so yeah, so selection tool, you can just hold Control and X to cut an image out, and Control V to paste it back in. Control Z to undo. Radius. This is Eclipse, and it does the same thing as the selection does, but it's a circle, and it goes like that. It's the same fashion. Now this right here, this is the rope tool. I call it the rope tool, and basically it allows you to freely, well, to let me so basically once you click, your left clicker, it will and you can just make little connections and make continuous connections and joints so that you can also hold the button, the clicker, and circle it around like so it's more free. Start and connect it, and it will select everything that you dragged it into. Just gotta be careful. So you don't want to make your rope too wild. This is your wand, your fuzzy select tool, and basically it selects a whole color of what you clicked on. And you can hold it and drag it to increase the threshold, so that it increases the amount of colors it can accept and drag this whole black and this faded gray. We can do the same fashion with this, except for select. Gotta put up another black circle for you, just to let you guys understand. So fuzzy wand tool, selects one. Select color tool, selects all. Okay. This is your scissors tool. I actually haven't used this one before because it's not really, like I haven't really meant to use the scissors. But as far as I can tell, this looks to be like the paths tool. I use the paths tool more because it's more definite, and it's just easier for me to use the paths tool. How to use the paths tool is you just make selections kind of like the rope tool, but again, more defined. Then you connect these, and you can choose to let it stay there, and or you can just go to your select and click the front path, and then it'll select the whole path that you selected, and then you can just work inside that little area, or you can cut it out. Paths can be used for cutting out people in pictures. Foreground select tool. I haven't used this pretty much. I haven't used this at all, so I don't know what this does. But it's nothing significant to me looking. Let me just erase this. Stupid though. Black. Eyedropper tool, pretty self-explanatory. Magnifying glass, also self-explanatory. Measurement tool. Yeah, self-explanatory again. This is for the people, that angles, that are working on, more advanced stuff. And so, you use this just to do some fine-tuning. Also have here, I don't nearly pay attention to them. See, like these little black triangles right here. They follow my exact pinpoints and tell me where the middle is and where the blah blah blah. Anyways, move tool. This moves the thing the layer that you selected, um it's not really layer oriented, meaning that whatever picture that you pick of any layer, it selects it, and then the selects it. Let me show you. Let me give an example. Let's say I create a new layer, and I put a black square, square, circle, black circle, and I have this selected. I clearly have the background selected. Clearly that's selected, and I try to move the black, and the black moves. So gotta be kind of careful with it. It's could be bothersome if you don't select the exact one, because then you'll accidentally move the background or the foreground or whatever you don't want to move, and you'll mess it up, and you'll be like, oh my god. Yeah, so shows it. This is the alignment tool. It basically automatically helps you align your layer to like the exact pinpoint of presets. Like basically it only works if like your layer is selected to the thing that you working on. So yeah, I'll show you. Let's say I'm working on this black circle. Let me select it, and let me try to move it to the left. Can't move it to the left. Can't move it to the right, because the whole layer is the canvas, meaning that the whole picture it's layer boundaries. So it won't work like that. It has to be a new floating image. Basically, in layman's terms, it has to be like closest around to its to the thing that you're trying to work on, without it being excessive over the canvas itself. Let me show you. So let's say I want to move this little circle. First, I have to go on right click, go to alpha to selection, and then go to image, image, and then go to fit canvas to layers. Oh. Go right click and go to layer boundary size, and you gotta mess with the boundary size of the layer that you have, so that it confines within which you want it to be. So this is the closest I'm going to do. So yeah, I use my left, bring it to the middle. Say I want to bring it to the left. Click the left, and it's farthest to the left. You see see those lines that move? That's over here. Now with this part, it's going to go all the way right here. Not the black circle is not going to go all the way to the left. This right here is. So just press the left, and see this part right here goes to the left. You can also set it to the middle, to the exact middle. You can also set it down, up, whatever mess that you want to do. That's basically the alignment tool. The alignment tool is pretty helpful if you have butterfinger hands. Let me get rid of this layer. This is the crop tool, and basically, let me put up my black circle again. Hello, little black circle. We meet again. Crop tool is kind of self-explanatory. tool. Basically, see? Very self-explanatory. I don't need to talk about this. Again, rotate, self-explanatory. It rotates the image. You might not want to use this feature on sprites because let me put up a sprite for you. I'll open up my mouse. Trying to find a good one to use. I'll just use this one. So zoom in and you see it looks good. So let's say I want to rotate this a little bit over here. Now it looks all blurry and stupid. We can even only change a little bit of what it is. And if we try to move it back to its original position, it won't go back. Like we can use different interloption. Different levels of this, but quite frankly it doesn't really work. If you are going to rotate, go on to layers, go on to layers, go to transform, and go to rotate clockwise, counterclockwise, or you don't want to use aberratory rotation because again it will fuck up your sprite. So just make sure you only rotate it these three levels. You're better off rotating it with Adobe After Effects, so that's what I use. Yeah, let's continue on. So this is your scale tool. Pretty self-explanatory. The scale tool actually it's actually kind of finicky. I just go on to layer and scale layer. Do it quickly. Then just use the scale, and just remember to hold control as you're messing with the scale. Keep the the aspect ratio of the sprite and keep it aligned and shit. To change the change the interlope to none, so that it can continue to be all squares. See? Even though it's a little bit lower quality. Sorry about that. Yeah, anyways, as I was saying. Oh, one more. Yeah, sorry about that again. Now, yeah, that's the scale tool. Shear tool. The shear tool, it messes around with the height and width of the picture in a way to make it like kind of changes perspective. Make sure to remember that of the picture, and just messes with it in a 3D way to make it seem still like in a 2D plane. I don't think it works really that well. If you're doing something really complicated from different angles, then maybe you can use this. But I don't really use it for spray and for that matter. perspective. Perspective works a little bit better than sheer. Perspective, it basically, just changes this perspective of the character and how it looks. This is kind of real 3D. First, again, you don't want to use this too much because, for one, it's not really that reliable if you're trying to do something complicated. But it's a good thing to mess around with and see how everything looks. Everything. If you're dealing with sprites, always use none interpolation. Flip the image left to right. You can hold control to flip the other way. Cage. I actually don't know what cage does. Yeah, I don't know what cage does. Your text cool. Your text. Jeez. Your text tool. It's kind of finicky. If you're using the text tool, the text tool always changes the color of the first time you use the text tool, the color of the text is going to be your foreground color. See how these two are black? So, like, if you, it's just a little reminder. Like, I exit out of VA, change this to red, go back to A, and it's red now. Go to yellow, and it's yellow. And if you make the text, it's not going to change. Well, it would. No, it doesn't change. So, it's best to use it. It would just be best to change the color by here, because this is what sets the color. You can also change it. Let's just tell. You can if you know all of your fonts names, just type in say and songs. And it can be kind of finicky when you're writing. This changes the pixel size. What I do is, first let me change this to black. What I do is, one second. Now what I do is I basically just have the font option over here. Because look, let me write down something real quick. I'm easily able to just use see, again, finicky. We create a whole new. It's able to let me just change it just with my up and down keypads. This changes the pixel size, but make sure that you have your text selected, the text that you want to make, blah 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 blah. Paint bucket tool, pretty self-explanatory. Able to put a cluster of paint on a selected layer, and yeah. Gradients. Gradients, they can be cool at times. You can use them for a lot of little touch-ups and effects so that, your picture doesn't show just a plain color. It already has a bunch of presets ranging from foreground to background, HSV, clockwise hue, to abstract, to aneurysm, to blinds, burning paper. It even has gold, steel, deep sea, gold, golden, green, Torres, and yeah. So yeah, it just basically has a lot of options for you to choose from, and you'll always find, that one gradient that you want to use all the time. So let me just use greens, and the shape of the you can easily change the shape. Like, let's say I want to do it like this. See that? Now this looks nice. Control Z, and let me go to bilinear, and let me see how that looks. Yeah, basically, bilinear is these two flipped, and those two you guys don't understand. Radicals are best used for doing what you're doing in the middle. Go to the middle and drag it out to the boundary line. That'll give the best effect. Let's see if I do it right here. And let me go to this right here. See that? It doesn't really look that good. Let me go right here, drag it all the way over here. See, now that's a little bit better, but the whole circle point is off point. Now, square works the same, except for it's a square. Conical's just like a zoom in thing. You can actually create a whole bunch of different effects by just rotating the image, and yeah. And this basically works like kind of the same, except for you're inside the little thing. The shaped annular is pretty. I don't use it at all, so this is my first time using it. So basically, it looks like it's a rectangle. Spirals, they're the same as radicals. Just the shorter that you do them, the longer the loop goes on for. Could cause real big headaches if you know how to use it right. Yeah, pencil tool. Pencil tool is used for. Pencil tool is the most used. Just use this for your spreading. You shouldn't ever use paintbrush. Pencil is used for highly detailed edits. As for paintbrush, used for soft edits. You can go onto your brushes and select different. Now for your brushes, I would suggest using a paintbrush, because let me show you something. See how now this is a paintbrush. See how this blood looks, all clean. Now here's another. Now, obviously obviously the paintbrush looks best. So use the paintbrush at most times when you use custom brushes. Eraser, self-explanatory. Airbrush, pretty self-explanatory. The ink, pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of yeah. This I actually don't use this. So this is the fix tool. It's called the fix tool, but I don't know what it fixes. This is just to I don't even know. I don't know. I don't use these down here. But this though, this is the watercolor tool. This is the smear tool, and basically just imagine you mashing it against a finger. That's what it basically is. You can use this for like you can use this for added effect, for like little drawings that you're trying to do. Might just look, if you do it good enough, it might just look like you got something on your screen itself. And this is the dodge and burn tool. Basically, click a whole bunch of times and it gets rid of colors. Well, I basically talked about all the tools plus some more stuff. So I think it's time to end this video. So thanks for watching this video. And thanks for watching me, like, at least try to teach you, the little bits of things you can do on Gimp, to expand your experience. Mine isn't, the particularly best, but be sure to check out other people's tutorials if you want to, to just kind of, I want you to be able to just be able to use Gimp for your spriting, because I personally believe it's great for spriting. But yeah, watch my other videos, watch my other tutorials, and keep a lookout on my future videos. So